Hello and welcome to Mystic Moonstone's weekly angel card reading. The duration for this reading is from the 9th of February through to the 15th of February. So let's see, I've shuffled the cards, I've already said my prayers. Let's see what the angels have in store for us this week. Okay, the first card we've got is the card of health, Archangel Raphael. So this tells me that Archangel Raphael will be coming in around quite a few of us. At this time of year there tends to be a lot of bugs, a lot of colds, sneezes, that sort of thing. But also, there are some amongst us who are really in need of healing at this moment in time, whether it's for themselves or whether it's for a loved one. Being aware of this, I'm really pleased that this card has come up. It's come up to the beginning of the week and shows that Archangel Raphael, the healing angel, is going to be, with quite a few of us. I actually feel he's going to be quite busy this week, okay, taking care of both ourselves and our loved ones. Also, this time of year it can be very grey. And that can really have an effect on emotions. So quite often when this angel comes in, it's not just about physical healing, but it's about emotional healing, getting you back in touch with your own hunches that, maybe I need to do this to cheer myself up, maybe I need to take that extra long hot soak with candles or, whatever is needed. It may even be that you've been indoors too long and you just need some time out, some time, walking through a park or something like that. So listen to your hunches, because Archangel Raphael will bring them in this week, and that will help you with your inner healing, to heal yourself, because quite often the angels are around, they do give us these little hints. Okay, let's see if we can get some glimpses on what's going on as well with this. Okay, and we've got the card of joy, and that kind of confirms what I was saying earlier about, emotional well-being as well as physical well-being. And, sometimes joy is just really important, and I'm smiling because I'm seeing the butterfly again. We seem to be getting butterflies all around us on Moonstone at the moment. Every other post I read is about butterflies, people sending me messages about butterflies, and they just keep coming. And I think it's just Spirit's way, the angelic sign that, that we're on the right path, all of us. We're doing right, and just keep doing what we're doing, really. Okay, so we're going to go a little bit to the middle of the week now and see what the angels have in store for us. I'm going to ask Archangel Raphael to actually stay around quite a few of you, because I know that healing is really needed. Okay. Then we've got Archangel Raphael coming in, the mystic of the angels, midweek. This is the card of hidden worlds, and it's really about just watching out for signs, listening for little things coming in. I always say songs, on the radio, sometimes you switch on the radio and a song really kind of resonates with you, and it might remind you of someone, or it just brings a message. So look out for those sort of things. Also, we were talking about butterflies earlier, that's a sign. Look out for feathers, and your intuition, that's the other thing to really listen to. And sometimes, we listen to everything else and we watch out for all these other signs, and we just stop listening to our intuition. And that's the part of us that links in with our higher self and links in with the universe. So really important there. As Archangel Raphael comes in around you, he'll start to help you to connect with your mystical side and help you to move forward with your own psychic development. The one thing I really don't like is when people say, that I'm gifted. And the reason I don't like it is I like to think that we're all gifted. I think we all have psychic abilities. It's just some of us have stopped listening, and I think that is the most important thing. I also don't like it when people say to me, can you send a message to my loved one? And my reply is no, because you can tell your own loved one how much you love them. It's you who can't hear them, it's you who's not allowing yourself to hear them, not the other way around. They're always with you, they can always hear you. So just remember that, midweek. So, there may be somebody, I'm talking this way and it's a little bit sort of down to what I normally sort of speak, and I think the reason is there's an anniversary for one of you, and I would say around midweek. Okay, and it's a time to really start connecting with that person who's on the other side and knowing that yes, they might be on the other side, but they're still around you, okay? They're always around us, it's just us who've lost that ability. Okay, going to move on. Oh, actually, I haven't done the influence for that, so we'll just look at the influence. Okay, and it's the card of battles. Not the nicest of cards, this one, but what it's really about, more than battling with everybody else, is battling with yourself, your inner self. I always take this as more a case of, you know, especially if you're quite intuitive or quite spiritual, you seem to be at odds, you know. Sometimes you pick up on things that other people say, no, it's in your imagination. Quite often as spiritual folk, we get a classic case of the messenger being shot, you know, where we'll say, well, if we do this, this is going to happen. And then when it does, it's like, oh, you brought this on us, you know, you're the jinx and things like that. So we do have a lot of inner battles as spiritual folk, but what I will say is that you need to listen to your intuition. I keep saying that, I keep banging on about it, but I think that is the most important thing that you can do. Your battles you can win. You can actually come through this as long as you do stay in touch with your intuition, because really your intuition doesn't normally see you wrong. What I will say is there's a difference between ego and intuition. If something, if the inner voice is saying to you, you can't do this, you're not good enough, if you do this you're going to mess up, no, don't try and do this because she's better than you, that's your ego. Okay, and you need to learn to differentiate between the two. If that inner voice is saying, yeah, go for it, you can do this, that is your inner voice, okay? There's normally no, nothing malicious, there's no negative emotion connected to it whatsoever, and it can be quite straight to the point. Okay, so just learn to differentiate. Maybe start writing things down and that'll help you. Okay, we're going to go towards the end of the week. Bit of a strange time, the end of this week for a lot of us, so let's see, a lot of expectations and quite often a lot of disappointment. But I think the thing to really realise towards the end of this week is that, you know, before we can expect anybody else to love us, we have to really learn to love ourselves, and then we send out an energy that attracts love back into our life. And, you know, if nothing else, remember that. Okay, well, the Archangel Raphael is staying around for the end of this week, and it's Divine Mystery. So once again, this is a card about you connecting in with your more mystical, more spiritual side. It doesn't mean that you have to follow the spiritualist faith or the Christian faith. You know, you can be pagan. It's just believing in something that's important to you. Okay, and the angels, you know, they transcend all the faiths. They don't belong to any one faith. If you look, you'll find angels cropping up just about everywhere, you know, in all the old ancient texts. So, you know, with the angels, they don't differentiate between us at all. They don't differentiate between genders, you know. We are all the same, we're all equal. So as long as you believe in yourself, really, and in wanting to make a difference and wanting to be the best person you can be, the angels will be there for you. I always say the angels are only a whisper away. What you may find if you get to the end of this week, that you really feel in touch with your intuition, because that's what these cards are kind of saying, really. You know, that this is the time for inner healing, for emotional healing, so that you can get in touch with your intuition. Right, so I'm going to look at the influence card now, one last card. And it's the Angel of Families. Okay, this time of year we always think, you know, Valentine's Day is all about romance, and yeah, you know, a little bit of romantic night, we all like it. But it's also a time of love, and love begins with family. That is the first taste that many of us have of love, you know. So this card is showing that this is a time to think about your families, to think about knitting together, about being there for one another. And you may find towards the end of the week, towards Saturday, Sunday, that there comes times where families have to knit together. Okay, and you know, the only way you will get through everything is by knitting together, is by believing in one another, and that makes you strong, you know. Together we can't be conquered, that kind of a thing. So, you know, so what the cards are showing is that this week is not the most positive of weeks, but there's a lot of healing coming in, so that's positive in itself. The angels are around you. You've got Raphael and Raziel, two very, very strong angels, both who help you to connect with your intuition. So this week really, really is about listening to your intuition, going with that gut, going with your solar plexus, and you will get through this. Yes, there are going to be some little battles along the way, mainly inner battles, fighting, your own fears, your own doubts and things. But, as long as you stick with your intuition as we go through the week, things will be all right, and there will be a coming together of the families as we get towards, I really want to say Saturday, Sunday, really the last part of the week is where this card is really coming in. And, some things may be coming out that maybe should have come out a little while ago. Sometimes, especially with family, we bite our tongues and we don't say what we're feeling, even though we feel quite angry or quite resentful or even quite hurt. So you may find that part of the battle is laying all that out, and then, the family's coming back in together, and, the most important thing to any family is love. That's what a family is built upon. It's the energy that keeps the family together, and that's what I'm really feeling as I'm looking at these cards. So if we take it all the way back to the beginning, I really feel this week's reading is more about, that healing that comes in around families, healing coming into family members to help other family members, so it's a nice time of healing. So overall, it might not be a happy clappy kind of reading, but it's definitely a positive reading, and it's got loads of lovely energy that's healing and uplifting, and for me it's got a sense of security about it, a sense of warmth, and knowing that, the angels are always a whisper away. And Archangel Raphael is always there with his lovely emerald green wings, just waiting to sort of wrap you in a hug and keep you all safe. Okay, that's the end of this week's reading. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I look forward to doing another reading for you this time next week. Love and light to you all. Bye.